Oh my gosh, you guys, it is time to do 3 looks with this one palette from Unearthly featuring Heather Austin. It is the Resurgence palette. It is stunning. It is beautiful. That packaging is everything. The box that it came in was phenomenal. It's so weighted. It's beautiful. It feels luxe. It is luxe. And I'm in love. Yeah, Heather Austin has a channel, so make sure you go check her out. She's much larger than me, obviously. And yeah, but we're going to create 3 looks with this palette. And I know that Heather Austin isn't watching this, but I am so thankful that she was so kind to comment on my looks and also like and share one of my photos on her story. I'm so tiny as a person, as a channel, as a creator, and it feels really good when somebody so big and awesome does something like that. But anyways, I started off with that black and I put it on my outer corner and winged it out. And then I added that green on the inner portion of my eye. I feel like these shades are very pigmented, easily blendable. They are fun to play with. And yeah, I love green, and I love green and pink together. So I had to use the like purpley pink in the palette to pair them up. I took the black down on my bottom lash line as well. This does have a little bit of a glitter in it, so if you don't want, fallout on your face from it, I do suggest doing your base last or laying down, a powder to bake it, or brush it away, I guess, is another technique. But it's really not that bad, so yeah. I threw on that pink shade, and then I took that green and I blended everything out. I love beetles. I love insects. You guys, if you're not new here, you know that this is totally up my alley, the theme and the color story. I threw down NYX Glitter Primer. You probably don't need any with this, but I just like to do that. It also gives more of a faux cut crease kind of feel. So I went into Transformation, and I think that this might be my favorite shadow in the palette, although Life is so freaking amazing. Like, I love that shade too. There's just something about it. It just gives you life. It literally gives you freaking life. It is so bright. It is so whitening. It is so stunning, and I love that shade too, which I never thought I could love satin white as much as I love that one. I would totally hit pan in it without even trying, quite frankly. So I added the other shade next to that pink, and then I added the Life in my inner corner and on my brow bone as well. Sorry, I'm not telling you the names of the shadows and stuff. But yeah, I'm just totally over the moon to have this palette. I almost didn't buy it, and then I'm like, I have to get it. The theme, the color story, everything about it. So I caved. I went into that light gray purpley shade and just buffed out the bottom a little bit. You don't need to. It was almost an unnecessary step, but I wanted to use that shadow, so I did. And this is the first look. I'm not sure which look I liked most. Yeah, I kind of like this one, I think, most. I don't know. It's just so fun. Okay, so I went into the black shade again, and I put it on my inner and outer corner. This look is very, very messy. And if you've watched Heather Austin before, she likes to talk about messy looks or not being perfect. And so it kind of fits with her style in a sense that it's not perfect. or clean. I went into the Ancient shade, and this red is so stunning. It's so pigmented. It's so stunning, and it it only lightly stained my eyelids. It really wasn't bad at all. I've had shadows that are red stain my eyelids far more, so that was nice, and I appreciate that about it. This is a very, I think, gothy look, or grungy, dirty, dark look. And now I'm just blending out that black a little bit, because you gotta blend. Because I never know what to say during these voiceovers when I do these. I know it would be better if I was talking through the eye look while I'm doing it, but sometimes it's just easier for me to put on some music and do an eye look. I feel like I'm more in my element that way. There's less pressure and less double tasking, talking and creating an eye look and trying to be in focus and near the camera. It's a struggle. I took that light shade and I just ran it all over my eye, and then now I'm just blending out the black and red and life. I kind of go back and forth between all the shadows just to get the blend that I want. It's what I like to do, finesse and move around and play with the shadows. So yeah, it's nothing against like how the shadows are performing or anything. It's just the way I like to do my shadows. So I added the red again, and then I brought the black down on my bottom lash line as well. Yeah. I think that black is really pigmented as well. I think it performs really nicely. So, and I kind of like the fact that it has the micro glitters in it. At first I was unsure about that, but the more I used it, the more I kind of ended up liking it. So I took that red and I just threw it on my bottom lash line and kind of smoked everything out, made it really vampire-y feeling, very dark feeling. I don't know. Not everybody's style for sure. Now, I failed when I was creating this look I have to pull down my skin and pack eyeshadow into the crease that I have on my bottom lash line. And I didn't do that. So when you do end up seeing an up close look of this, you'll see that there's a little bit of shadow missing. It's because I literally have a fold there and I have to move it. Okay, I'm old. All right. I threw on NYX glitter primer, and then I used that Ready shimmer and placed it on the center of my eye. I've never done a red halo eye, and I was excited to give it a go. I took that other shade and I placed it on the very center of my eye to bring more light or more, more attention to the center. That's what I'm trying to say. I took life and I placed it on the inner portion of my eye. Like, look at that. Oh my gosh, do you see how freaking pigmented and white and lifelike that shadow is? I threw on my wing off camera, and this is in the finished look. And now we're moving on to look 3. And I took that blue shade and I placed it on my outer portion of my eye. This is the look that Heather shared on her IG story. Yeah. Anyways, I took that blue and I kind of winged out the corner because that's what I like to do sometimes. I have been doing more round looks, you guys. I'm proud of myself because for a while all I did were winged eye looks. But I'm expanding and growing and evolving, okay? Yeah, that blue is very, very pretty. It's it's gorgeous. And then I took my concealer brush and I just kind of, you know, sharpened that outer corner out. Then I took that nymph shade and I placed it on the inner portion of my eye. It reminds me of like a Barney shade. It looks like Barney the dinosaur, right? Or do you not get that reference? I don't know. It is a little bit kind of light, I guess, for Barney, but that's where my mind goes. And I was a kid that loved Barney, even after everybody else hated Barney. Anyways, not on topic, but again, what I just don't like telling you guys what I'm doing because you can kind of see, I would hope. So I'm bringing that shade up into the wing area where the blue is, and I'm doing it very gently and slowly, and then I get a little bit more, put a little bit more pressure on the brush to try and blend things out just a little bit more. I do typically use a soft pressure when I'm trying to blend things very well, but sometimes I also like to put a little bit more pressure on. Then I took the blue on my bottom lash line up into the center portion of my eye, and then I took the Barney shade Nymph and placed it on my inner portion. Just like that. Very basic, very simple. This look was so easy. It was so easy. I took a fluffy brush just to try and blend out the edges some and blend the purple and blue together, or the pink and purple. I don't know, is it a purple or is it a pink? It's a, what's the word for a pink and purple? You know, like purple and blue has like a blurple, right? I don't know. What's pink and purple? Plurple? Pink, purple? I don't know. I really don't know, you guys. I'm so tired too. And I placed that transformation shade, and then I took the other shade. Oh my god, I'm so terrible. And I placed it on the center portion and kind of blended it out. It was a very kind of more bluey type of shadow, so I wanted to place it with the blue. And then of course I took Life and I placed it on the inner portion of my eye, and it still blows my mind every time I see it or use that shadow. It's just, I don't know, it's amazing. It does. It's all Life. So then I placed it also on my brow bone, because I like to highlight my brow bone as well. I know not everybody likes to do that, but I do. And this is the finished look. Look at those shadows and the shimmer, and oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I also find that these don't texture my eyelids too bad. And then I put on my beetle earrings. All right, I'm just gonna go. Thanks for watching. I hope this brought you some inspiration. Bye.